time, every once in a while, I like to share a little bit about what our church is continuing to do in our community, even in the midst of these days and weeks and months when we're not worshiping together in the sanctuary. Today, I would like to highlight the Stitches of Love project, Scarf project that they have been doing now since 2016 or 17 or so. I'd like to share with you, we're going to have some, hopefully there's some slides up there of some of the scarves and some of the work that they've been doing. And just a little bit of background, and then a personal story from one of the knitters I would like to share with you. It was in 2016, after learning of a project piloted by the Congregational Church of Auburn, New Hampshire. The Stitches of Love group was inspired and began knitting and crocheting scarves and planning their own community outreach program in downtown Laconia. The first year, 137 scarves were made by hand by the group and made available. Tags were attached to each scarf with accompanying message and were free to anyone in the community needing comfort and warmth as the cold winter approached. They had displayed all the scarves around the church sanctuary for dedication on the Sunday before, and they spoke with the children about the importance of helping those in the community. And then the scarves were put out in Rotary Park in downtown Laconia, and they had a very positive feedback from the community. As the years proceeded, they realized that they needed to have more personal contact and encouragement that would be better. So for the following years, they moved the scarves to the outside of the church here and display around the property in Veterans Square and Pleasant Street. And this project now called Scarves in the Square, each year they knit between 70 and 90 scarves, and they invite people as they're coming by to take a scarf, free, no charge, to enjoy a cup of hot cider and perhaps some cookies. And as I said, each year they make between 70 and 90 scarves, giving most of them away. When those that are left over, I know, have been put out in the parish house, and members of AA groups pick them up. They add that sometimes it just takes love and kindness, making something with your own hands to make a difference in someone's life. A personal story that goes along with these scarves. So on Veterans Day, women from Stitches of Love gathered at Rotary Park to decorate the gazebo, river railings, lampposts, park trees with scarves of all patterns, colors, and sizes. We had been working on this community project for several months, and we were ready. Being our first year, we weren't quite sure what to expect. Press releases and photos had been sent out to local media and television stations, but it was a particularly busy news week with the presidential elections and honoring our veterans. With the exception of our own members spreading the word, it wasn't really publicized to the public. We started the day with 137 scarves. We thought that leaving the scarves out with tags would encourage people to take a scarf if they needed one, if there was no one around. By 4 p.m., 71 scarves were given to those in need. And at the end of the day, we had 66 scarves remaining. The remaining scarves were donated to other causes in our community. This was excellent for our first year. At one point during the day, Tammy Emon writes, I looked out of my office window in the Belknap Mill overlooking the park and saw one man walking through the park by himself. He walked alone, shuffling along with his head down. He looked curiously around the park at the scarves and saw one that he liked. He looked curiously, he picked it up and read our message attached, and then clutched the scarf to his chest with his head bowed. And then he put it in his backpack, put his backpack on the ground, folded the scarf like it was a precious gift, and placed it gently in the backpack and walked away. It was an emotional moment for me, and at that moment I realized how truly important this outreach project was for our community. If he had been the only person to take a scarf, I would have been happy and called this a success. I am so thankful to be involved with such a wonderful, dedicated group of women in Stitches of Love.